Okay guys, this is a quick video of the 1970 Mach 1. It is an M code 4-speed car, and I'm going to be very clear about the description of this thing. This car's been done. It was redone about 22 years ago, and then the owner who owned it for the last 20 years had the motor rebuilt. He had the vintage air vintage air installed, and tried to keep up with it basically as mechanically as he could as a daily driver. Speedo works, tack works. It is a factory 4-speed car. It is an M code. Assume it is not numbers matching, but the previous owner who owned it for 20 years, who had the motor rebuilt, told me that they said they believed it was numbers matching, the people who rebuilt the motor. I have not checked yet. I don't have time. I'm going to try to make time, but I have several trips I have to bang out here over the next 2 weeks. And I really wasn't going to put the car up for sale yet, but I've gotten mixed feelings about it and such. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it on here and see what happens. But I really would rather just do a couple things to it and, probably try to get more money out of it. But it is a M code 4-speed car. Like I said, until I've verified it, assume it is not numbers matching. It is a 351 4-barrel car. It is a 351 4-barrel in it, but I do not know. So I will get to that. The car is a driver quality car with a 22-year-old paint job, and it's been driven. So I'm just going to tell you right now, I believe it to be, the dash is actually in very nice shape. Most of them are really warped and got a lot going on up there. This one is actually in really nice shape. The radio does work. The vintage air works, but he said he thought it wasn't blowing as cold as it used to. So assume it'll need a little charge or something. The reverse lockout on the 4-speed still works. The emergency brake works. The wood grain is actually in very nice shape. The wood grain on the doors and the dash and everything. But here's the thing. A couple things I know for sure from my experience. This is not a Western car. This was probably a Northern car its whole life. When they redid the body 22 years ago, there is some filler in it. So it is a very respectable 5-footer. It is a great driver. It drives good. But it sat a lot. The guy was older that owned it. Like I said, he owned it for the better part of 20 years and tried to pretty much keep up on the basics on it like you would a daily, So, like I said, there's that. Lots of little new parts have been replaced over the time. The engine bay is very correct looking. They believe the 92,000 original miles was original. But again, there's no way to really verify that. Well, so we'll assume, who knows. But anyways, very cool little car. Like I said, the shock tower areas look good. It was Z-barded at some point in its life. Like I said, there's just a few things that I know. There's flaws, there's a ding here, there's a paint little chip flake here, but overall, like I said, a 5-footer and a very good, driver quality car, and it drives good. Me and my son actually went to lunch in it today. The windows roll up and down good. Like I said, I was really impressed with the wood grain and stuff. But again, I guarantee you it was not a Western car. It was not from Arizona. It was a Northern car, and I don't know. Yeah, I never checked to see if the clock worked, but I know that the factory gauges work, gas gauge works. Like I told you, the reverse lockout works. The radio works. And they built the little thing for the vintage AC down there. Like I said, the factory tack works. anyways, just a cool car, a cool driver. So, you know, if you're wanting to go to Barrett Jackson or go hang out, you know, at the country club with a bunch of dudes driving Ferraris, this is not the car. If you're wanting to actually drive your car and enjoy it and be able to park it in a parking lot and not be terrified some old woman's going to come put her purse on it, this is the car. Now, like I said, assume it's not numbers matching, but let's pretend for a second that it is. Then it's an even better investment, because down the road, if somebody wanted to rotisserie the car and really make something of it and make it a show car, it's really worth doing. My Mustang buddy thinks it's worth doing just because it's an M code 4-speed car down the road. He said even if it's not numbers matching, you know, it's still a very cool car. And he's, you know, he's a car show judge and he's a mechanic for a living. He was a Ford mechanic, and his opinion is, you know, my opinion is, if it's a great driver, it's a cool little car. But if you're, you know, I don't know, and I guess they don't make them no more, so I guess maybe it is worth restoring if it's not numbers matching. If it is numbers matching, super bonus, you know. Just a super cool car though, and fun to drive. And here, me and my son were laughing, you know, some woman in her late 70s was just Googling over it, reminiscing out in front of the restaurant we ate at today. But just a neat little car. You know, just a cool driver. So 70 Mach 1 M code 4-speed car, 351 4-barrel 4-speed. There you go. There'll be a price on the still ad. Like I said, not really sure about selling it yet. I have mixed feelings. I thought about painting it, but not everybody wants a completely restored car. The interior's in great condition. Like I said, it runs and drives good. It's sad a little bit. It's a little hesitant. I was going to stick a little seafoam in there. I stuck some premium in her. But starts right up. Like I said, neat car. So there you go. 70 Mach 1 4-speed.